Mark, how are you doing? So they'd print them out, and then they'd send the ballot paper and a summary of all the arguments out to the members, and the members would be able to just put them in the post and send them in.
Live broadcast.
All right, Mark, you should know, we're live broadcasting on live stream. Okay.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah,
good for you. I just saw a tweet from Alexandra Phillips of all people,
really?
saying she was watching your live stream from Ghana.
Really?
Where she was unable to receive the BBC apparently.
Extraordinary.
So they're having them, the other two on the Nationals, but not.
Yeah, I'll explain what's happened. On Monday, I was invited by the political editor of the Daily Politics, Hugh Milbourne, to go into the studio in Millbank in London to debate with the other two UKIP candidates on the Andrew Neil show, Sunday Politics. 11 minutes after receiving the message, I accepted, in spite of being on this very busy tour. I've had 24 meetings in the last 13 days.
I've seen some of your reporting. You seem to have been doing very, very well.
Well, thank you. Thanks very much. But I said, in spite of that, even if it means travelling through the night, I will prioritise it. I'll come and I'll join that debate, because the members deserve to have live debate on air. But a couple of days later, I was informed that the other two candidates had refused to debate me live on air. And so the Daily Politics said instead what they'd like to do is to come out and do a video of me, edit it, emasculate all the content, just leave the capricious things and put that on the Daily Politics. So I reluctantly agreed, because those in my campaign team said it would be a waste.
Well, it's better they should cover than not at all.
And then yesterday I'm told, actually, although they had told us they were going to do the same thing for the other two candidates, I was told yesterday, no, actually that's not the case. They just don't want me live on air, so they'll publish my edited stuff, my emasculated stuff, but they'll have the other two. Are they scared of
what you might say
They are, because Mark, the reality is there is no argument. Even if I were an absolute moron and there are a couple of geniuses, you cannot possibly win this debate, because my argument is that in a democracy the people ought to have the say.
And the principle of direct democracy is one I support. I co-authored a book sort of several years ago called Direct Democracy, an Agenda for a New Model Party. It was a different party back then. But
is it still available?
I think there's a lot to be said for it. I think I probably have a copy. It probably is available online. If you say an agenda for a new direct democracy, an agenda for a new model party. I did it jointly with Douglas Carswell. I think Daniel Hannan might have been involved. And we also had chapters from, I think, if I remember rightly, we had chapters from Greg Clark and Hunt, the health secretary, and one or two others who've gone on to at least high things in the Conservative Party. So it's quite an influential book, and certainly it's something I believe in. It's how you administer it and how you ensure it doesn't just become whoever's setting how you sort of click and decide what happens. And I think for 5 Star there's some controversy about the way it works for them in practice and who's empowered to facilitate that. So there are some difficult issues you need to work out, but in principle I think it's a good idea.
But you see, of course, with this system, when the members have the opportunity to contribute, they can challenge whatever they don't like. Our initial prototype may be admittedly primitive but functional, and then if there are any apparent kind of shortcomings in the system, it's a simple matter for members to propose an amendment, for us to vote on that, and to evolve the system based on what there is proof that the members want.
That sounds good. I mean, I haven't sort of declared for any candidate, the two other candidates or yourself. I decided to keep my. I
understand.
I think I've got my ballot paper. I haven't filled it in yet.
Oh, well, you only got one, did you?
Yeah, no. Well, I think my wife's a member as well, so I think she probably has one. But I have one ballot, I think, for leadership and one for the NEC. And I think there's some issue about whether codes go to different places. But I think the ballot will work properly, and. It's hard for you to sort of build up the sort of the name recognition perhaps that others who've been not campaigning for this post, at least doing a lot of media work for the party in senior positions for a long time. But,
especially when they refuse to debate me online, live on air.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed the Newport debate, or at least the hustings. I understand you've some issues with how the questioning
I was
works.
essentially told...
But I thought it's a shame that Diane James didn't do it, so I was disappointed you weren't doing others. But on the other hand, you've got good publicity, and you're going out and seeing lots and lots of people separately. So
it's because I was told that I couldn't criticise my opponents by this gentleman.
Yeah.
So he actually told me.
And I think one has to be careful about sort of personal criticism.
Absolutely,
if
I
it's
agree.
On the
fully
issues
concur.
or a particular stance.
Absolutely.
I think that's sort of something that comes out in his debate. I'm happy to carry on talking, but I'm just about to do this Wales version of Sunday Politics.
Excellent.
Where I'm sort of going on to argue all the other people are saying we have to have lots more AMs, an 80 or 90 or 100 or something, whatever the cost almost. And we said in our manifesto that we weren't convinced the case for more AMs, and we've got all these underemployed MPs at Westminster, and they should come down and help with some of the scrutiny, given how many they are, and they can't vote on Welsh laws or English laws in the main either in Westminster. There is some capacity there, and we should make use of that. And if we get powers back from the European Union, we want to make sure that the Welsh government operates properly, and we'll discuss people's ideas. But I think just launching into this, you need lots and lots more AMs, and whatever the cost. I think that's wrong in the current climate, how people feel about money for politicians.
No, absolutely.
So I think I've got the Caerphilly AM is on to argue against me. 4 more AMs.
Come by and said hello a moment ago.
So I'm already about 10 minutes later than I said I should be. I don't know
I'm sorry.
They always leave a bit of a gap, and it's good to talk with you, John, and thanks for everything.
Thanks so much for taking the time to talk.
You've had a lot of hellos and
all the best.
And a ballsy campaign.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
See you soon, whatever the result. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mark. All the very best.
Okay.
Thank you. Another question has been asked. If Nigel wanted to come back, would you stand in his way?
No, I wouldn't.
So do you want to repeat the question back?
Oh, yeah. So sorry. A question's just been asked. If Nigel were willing to come back, would I stand in his way? No, frankly, there's only one man in the world who could get me to stand down and relinquish my position, and that is Nigel Farage.
Yeah, and if you like that, please, thumbs up, thumbs up.
Oh, yeah. If you like that, please, thumbs up, Sam's just said. So I'm echoing what Sam says, because I've got the microphone and he hasn't. Yeah.